like cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. To play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Okay.
It's been widely reported, and as well as from Michael's own mouth, that he didn't like Tupac.
Right.
Right?
He did not. He did not. That's correct.
Right. And do you know, had Michael ever told you as to the reason why he did not like Tupac Shakur?
Yes.
And why was that?
When they were coming back from Italy from the Versace show,
Okay.
fashion show,
Right.
Pac asked Michael, "You don't like me, do you?" He goes, "I can't fucking stand you." He goes, "Why don't you like me? You never liked me, but you protect me." He goes, "Well, I got to protect you from your own self. You are a cocky little prick. You cause more problems. You don't listen. You know you're supposed to wear that vest, and you don't. Unless I'm on duty, and I put it on you like a little kid."
Oh, wow. So Michael Moore basically insisted that Tupac wear his vest
at all times. And he insisted that he drive downtown Compton with the roof down, the top down of the car. And Michael's like, "You pull shit that is so stupid beyond belief. And then you know that I'm going to step in and I'm going to put my life in danger to cover your stupid ass."
Right.
You start all these fights. You have all these issues, all these problems. You go to jail, and then you come out and you do the same shit over again. And here I am protecting you.
Right.
And you're being a jerk. And you expect me to like you too? I'm only here to get my job done. That's it. I don't have to like you. I never did, and I never will. He told him straight out.
Well, I think that was like, not only, like I said, honest of Michael to say that. And like I said, not only are you saying that he explained to you the details, this is the first time I heard basically the Versace situation in regards to that. But not only did Michael say it, but like I said, you're saying the reason why, as to the reason why. And I could see him saying that, you know what I mean? Because like I said, once again, in Vegas, we go back to Vegas. Tupac was known to wear his vest. And that night, he did not have the vest on. And I think, you know, when you think about that for what that's really worth, you say, well, yeah, you know, you say, well, damn, you know,
it could have saved his life. It would have saved his life.
It could have saved his life. Yeah, it could have saved his life. And like I said, I don't know if that was something that everybody else knew, that, yo, when Michael was on Tupac, you know, he insisted that, yo, you're gonna wear the vest if I'm guarding you, if I'm protecting you, because that's just because most people wouldn't. Most
on you.
Yeah, no, like you said, right? Like you said, he put it on him, but because like I said, most people wouldn't understand that that's part of. And I see now that you said that. I see now that was part of Michael's he would be liable if anything would have happened to Tupac under those circumstances. Right. And so he took his job, like you said, and like I said, I didn't know Michael Moore, but he took his job very seriously. And that's what
he
tells
wasn't
me.
there to party with him.
Yeah,
he wasn't there to get high with him.
Absolutely.
He was there to do his job.
Absolutely. And so therefore that lets me know, okay, cool. I don't like you. You know, I ain't gotta like you, and I ain't here to like you. I'm here to protect you. And I'm gonna right. Okay.
I have mad respect for Michael for doing that. Because
that's something that, like I said, once again, that's something that a lot of people don't know or didn't know. And like I say, you telling the story.
You know, and at the end of the day, they probably won't even understand the dynamics there, because it was so important to Michael to do his job correctly.
Absolutely.
And make sure this man stayed alive.
Yes.
His life was in his hands.
No.
And they may think it was something small, but it wasn't.
No. I think
shit all the time.
No, I think the like the people that are on my channel, I think a lot of those people will understand what you're saying, because like I said, once again, being
I hope so.
liable, being liable. And like I said, because then you go to the situation of, Michael was working, like you already told me, Michael was working supposedly for Right Way Security, but his checks were basically cut by death row. And
Yeah,
so
figure that one out.
figure that one out. But not only that, but like I said, so so it was as if he understood that he was working with a subpar situation, and he had to raise the bar on his own, because he knew that if anything went down, I think Michael Moore already knew that if anything went down, that he'd be blamed for it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So he was like, let me do my job, because I'm not going to let them sit there and blame me for something that happened to you.
Yeah.
That death row cuts my checks, but I'm supposed to be working for Right Way Security.
Right. And quite honestly, if it were me, I wouldn't want to be the one to face Suge.
Yeah. And what another thing I liked about him is he didn't call him Suge. He called him Mr. Knight.
And you know what?
Yeah.
It's funny. It was not, when he would talk about himself,
right,
in third party, if he went to the doctor, he'd say, well, Mr. Moore, your back is blah, 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 blah. He even called himself Mr. Moore.
Right.
He was very respectful.
Yeah, no.
He called him Mr. Knight.
Yeah, and that's another thing, because like I said, he said actually before he left Death Row in that video, he basically said
he went and told him.
I wanted to tell Mr. Knight, like, hey, this is what it is. And that sounds like to me somebody who was the ultimate professional, who took their job very seriously.
Oh yeah.
And the job of protecting Tupac Shakur. And I believe that if Michael Moore was there that night, understanding what you're saying to me, that Tupac Shakur would have had his vest on.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I firmly believe that.
Another thing he wouldn't have done is sit up front. Michael would never let him sit up front.
Is that right?
Oh, hell no.
Right. Okay. And so did he elaborate to you about that? About how some of the protocols and things that he would do?
Oh, definitely. All the time.
So what did he say about that?
He said there's no reason that Frank was not in that vehicle, number one. There's no reason he didn't have his vest on, number two.
Right.
Number three, why was he up front?
Yeah.
And why was Frank driving a different car that wasn't even his?
I guess because, like he said, Tupac told him to. So, I mean.
Yeah, he threw him Kidada's keys.
But like now, once again, and so that kind of closes in on what you're saying, the buddy Frank, or the relationship that Frank had with him, and the professional relationship that Michael Moore had with him, because he wouldn't have allowed him to do what Frank did. And just certain things that he knew as a security professional, like I said, you said he had took the classes on all of that stuff, that he just wouldn't have allowed happen. Wow.
But they all took the same class. Just Michael had already taken it.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying, but once again, it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
How you do it.
Yeah, it's how you do your job.
Not who you are. It's who you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. When they were in New York, and Suge and Tupac had an altercation.
When Michael stepped in between.
And when Mike said he stepped in. Well, do you have any knowledge or any? Did he ever talk to you personally about that?
Oh yeah. He told me all about it. He said Michael had this. He was from California. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So the way we talk is completely different.
Right.
Well, Michael's way of saying that someone's going to hit you is they're going to put their hands on you.
Okay. Got you.
Back in Philly, being Italian, it was, they're going to get you.
Right.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
Different language.
Absolutely. True.
I figured out what he meant. When he was talking, I knew what he was saying.
Okay.
But I'd been with him long enough to understand. But the point is when they were in New York, Pac was so pissed off at Suge that he told him, I'm done. After this, I'm done. Machiavelli is going to be my label.
Okay. Right. Machiavelli's going to.
Right. He was done. And he said, "Oh, hell no. You're not leaving death row." So there was a big
So that's what Michael said that Suge told Pac.
right. You're not leaving death row.
You're not leaving death row. Okay.
Contract. You're not leaving me.
Right. Absolutely.
And then Suge got up in Pac's face,
Right.
and Michael got in between them.
Okay.
Said if Suge would have touched him, he would have just killed him because Suge is a big brother.
Right.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
tiny little fart in the wind,
Right.
And Michael's like, I had to jump in because who knows what would have happened.
Right.
He's
Absolutely.
got bad.
Right.
So he got in between them and saved his life, really, because that's how pissed off the two of them were.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I found that, like I said, because a lot of people have speculated about that, and I just try to, like me personally, I try to deal with the factual,
Right.
the factual matter, and because a lot of people was like, well, yeah, that's why Suge had something done to him, and for me, no,
No,
not
it
even
wasn't.
hard. Yeah, I mean, you can have a disagreement or something like that, and yeah, it wasn't like Suge, and like I said, me personally, I don't believe Suge had anything to do with Tupac.
I never did.
Yeah. So I mean, for that's just for me and knowing that,
He had too much to lose.
Yeah, he had too much to lose. And then when you go back and you look behind the scenes, like you don't have to be in the car with him while something like that goes down from that perspective.
Right.
And yeah, so we have Judy Lachowski, Michael Moore's fiance, Tupac's bodyguard. Like I said, thank you for coming on the show, a Straight Game TV, and clearing up all of the rumors, the lies, and giving us an in-depth personal view into who Michael Moore was, how he passed away. But most importantly, I want to thank you for your time, and it's your boy DELRAY, Straight Game.